Hello and welcome to Junk Journal Gems. My name is Lisa. Thanks so much for joining me today. I have pulled these out of my stash. I was doing some cleaning in my craft room last night while watching some of my YouTube friends and ran across these that I have had for a long time. I want to say probably a couple years without using them. They're beautiful. They somewhat remind me of the Edith Holden images in that they have a hand-drawn look to them. They're really pretty, and I think that I've just been unsure of what to do with them. So I made myself pull them out, and we're going to play with them today and use them up. I'm going to make some different tucks and pockets. Who knows? We'll make whatever comes to mind for a particular bird. They're all birds. And see what we can make. The first one that I was contemplating, now where did I put the image, is making a tuck spot for a journal page. Here it is. This round image is so pretty. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? So it's just a shame that it's been wasting away, sitting in my drawer, doing nothing but waiting on me. So I thought that I would just have at it and make it happen. All right, so I was thinking about using it like this, but then I think I'm going to ink around this just slightly, because I do want it to pop a little more than it is. And all I did was I got out my scrap bag of cardstock, and I'm also forcing myself to use my scraps as well. So I'm on a kick lately of the things that have been sitting around that I love and for whatever reason haven't used or have used very little, or I forgot about maybe. I'm trying to use them and enjoy them rather than just hoarding or not actually giving it proactive thought on what I might do with it. Yeah, it just needed that little bit of an edge. I don't know if you can see that much on camera of the edge it gave it, but I feel like it just kind of rims it out a little better. All right, so that's where that would go. And then I thought I had this also another hoarding thing from when my kids were in school. And I wanted to use it to make a rounded edge on the piece. Gotta find my pencil. There we go. But I don't want it to, there we go. I didn't want it to really dip down over here. We'll see what that looks like. Come on. Yeah, that'll work out great. So before I glue these down, I'm going to cut this edge. I also contemplated using, no, I don't think I'm going to. I thought about using either pinking shears, which if you don't know what pinking shears are, these are pinking shears. They have that zigzag edge. They use them a lot in sewing, clothing, and things. I think so that the edge doesn't unravel. So I'm just going to cut where I drew my line. And no sense hanging onto that. I'm going to ink a little bit around this edge. Might have enough on here. Now I don't have a page, of course, to put this down on yet, but at least it will be ready and waiting when I'm making a journal. And that way I'm using up these beautiful images that I couldn't bear to part with. They almost went in the trash and I couldn't do it. All right, let's move some of this out of the way a bit. Get my glue paper down here. Figure out how I'm gonna lay this out. And this is just a doily that I had already inked up and was just frankly lying on my desk. And I just wanted the edge of it to peek out there. So I think I'll do that like that. Now, so I don't lose my spot, I'm gonna tack it down in the back first. So I hope you're all having a great day. In Wisconsin here, the days are getting longer. That always makes us happy. And I'm starting to feel like spring is truly on its way. In fact, as I'm filming this, I'm wondering now, when is the official first day of spring? Not sure off the top of my head. Okay, that'll be super pretty. And the other thing that I thought about doing, let's see, is edging this with some lace around the edge here. That would be cute, wouldn't it? And this is small enough so it wouldn't be in the way of something you were trying to put in the tuck. So maybe I'll put this down first. Yeah, now here's the forever question. What's front, what's back? I think that's the front. Yeah. If it wasn't, it is now. Because I said so. I also have to get my Easter menu together. That'll be here before we know it. We have one of my son's college friends. He's from Louisiana and he was just home for spring break, so he's not going to turn around and go back home again for Easter. So he is coming to our house. I think this is the right way. I think I had it backwards. Or do I? Yeah. So he's coming and I'm kind of excited about it because he is a super funny kid. I just love him. He is hilarious. So it'll be fun to have him at our house for the holiday. That's cute, isn't it? And then we'll glue that down like so. And I think that'll be super cute. Okay. I love it. I'm using the Fabri-Tac here because these little bits are going to lay over on the lace. And I think I'll add a label to it yet too. Yeah, I got my craft room all cleaned up. We'll have to see how long that lasts. You know how it goes. Start a project and boom, you've got everything on the planet out. Come on, cooperate with me. So I'm hoping I can manage to keep it clean for a while. I had started, excuse me, one project after another. And I had all of the bits and bobs just everywhere in here. And it was more than unsightly. There, now I've used, isn't that pretty? And why was I just sitting on it and not using it? I don't know. So that's one down. And the dimensions, just for those of you who would want to know, with the lace edge on it, it's about 4 1/4 by 6 high. Yeah. So now I'm excited to use it in a journal. And that's all it took. Now, this little scrappy bit, I don't know how I want to use it, and I don't know how I feel about that bird. Some of these, I think part of the reason why I hadn't been using them is the images are kind of big. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed about that. Now, I could make a pocket go this way. A bird feeding a caterpillar or something. Some kind of beetle bug. Or what about him? He's kind of interesting. I kind of like him. Now I feel like he needs something behind him. Oh, we were going to put a label on him. Squirrel. Okay, let's see what I can find for a label. There's one like this. I feel like that's a smidge too big. We'll find one that's just right. Kind of like that. Well, that was easy. Let's take off the white edges. I better use the Fabri-Tac. Come on. Hi, Pearl. Pearl is in here helping us today. But that's kind of a given. She's got to be wherever I am. I was cleaning last weekend. I didn't get a video up on Tuesday this week because I was busy doing some decorating and some cleaning. And of course, the dog has to follow me everywhere I go. Now, what do I want to put behind this one? I don't know. If we use it as a, how high are you? 6 inches, so that's fine. So if we use this one as a tuck, maybe I'll just round the corner here a little bit. I never have tucks ready, so this will be nice. What do I want to back him with, though? I'm looking around my craft room. I wonder. Just looking at some of these bows. And if I glue and bunch him up a little bit, does he want a bow? I think he does. He told me so. Can use that for another little something something. And then maybe we'll put a little label on him too, but he would do well with one of these, I think. Feels like it's on sticker paper, but I don't think so. Maybe he needs to come over a little bit. Oh yeah, and the label like this, and then the bow. Oh yeah, that's all it needs. Sometimes it's just that simple. I love simple. Okay, let's figure out how I want to round that corner. Just use whatever you got sometimes. No, it's going to give me too tight of a corner. Let's do this. not happy with it. I feel like it's got a little nubbin on there. Come on. There we go. I like that. Sometimes it's all in the details, isn't it? I do feel, though, like I still want a little collage behind him. Let me grab. Here's my box of bits. Just some old things that I've got little snippets of. That might be fun. Where is he? By Jove, I think we've got it. It just needed a little something. A little something for some punch. Had that open for a few days. Goodness. Had some crunchies on it. Now, I might want to... I'm looking at this straight edge and I kind of don't like it. There. Needed to be a little more raggedy. For me, anyway. Just a little bit hanging over. Got that trimmed up. Where's our little friend? So he can go like that. And like that. Do I want the whole label? What do I want, guys? The whole label or a part of it? Put the bow on. Put the bow on his head. Oh. And I think he's a guy, so I don't know how happy about this he is. He just looks like a male. I'm also excited for Easter. I wish our oldest son was coming home and my daughter-in-law, but they can't be everywhere. I get it. I remember those days myself. But I do wish they were going to be here, but I haven't seen our youngest for a while, so it'll be nice to have him home. Typical mom wanting to hog the kids, huh? I could have put some more glue in there. It's emptier than I realized. Okay, we'll cut the edge off of that. Do a little ink dab. And now we'll put his bow on. I'm not going to go like that. It'd be kind of funny, but I won't be mean to him. Come on. I like doing these bows ahead of time. This is sari silk, and I also usually have chiffon that I keep on hand. I'm just going to hold this down so it stays. And it doesn't take much of this glue. Just literally a little dab will do ya. Squish that down too. There, he's got a little bow on his head. Isn't he special? That's cute too. See, why wasn't I using these? Silly me. Let's try another one. I had this one. This is going to be too big for sure, but let's find a bird or something. The eggs kind of match this. That'd be cool. What else do I have? But this would have to be something horizontal, which could be a belly band, I guess. What else do we have? Another owl. Isn't that a pretty image? I wish I could remember what book this was. Some kind of a bird book I picked up somewhere, obviously. That was a brilliant statement, wasn't it? Imagine that, a bunch of birds in a bird book. That's kind of giving me an idea. Is what if I did a tuck like this? And what could we back that with? Oops. These kind of match. Not feeling it. Not enough shows. What other little bits and bobs do I have? Got this grungy piece, but it needs to be a lighter color. These are from bird books. Still too grungy. These pages, literally, my dog chewed them up. So what if this had a background like that, but with just the print? And a little bit of this showing out. I don't know if I'm totally sold. Why am I being so picky? I don't know. This could be fun too. I think I like that better. But what we can do here, we'll glue that on straight, and then I'll cut the edges off. This will be a deeper tuck, which might be kind of nice. So let's just do that first. See if I can get that wrinkle out. Sorry for the dog barking. Someone must be walking their dog or something outside. Watchdog Macy's on the job. Perfect. Just look to make sure it's good and stuck. There. Whoops. And there we go. So we've got our background here. Where's our bird? He needs to be hit with just a little ink. Sorry if I was off camera. My short arms. Gotta get my work up to my face. This is why I say, gosh, if you're hanging on to some supplies like I was, then just get them out, set them on your desk, and force yourself to figure out what you're going to do with them. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there, or you're going to get tired of looking at them and maybe miss out on an opportunity to make something pretty with something interesting. Oh golly, you guys, I've got to fill that. Woo. Meant to look at that the other day. And obviously did not. Must have been hanging on to this or been a little skimpish with it. I can hear my other dog in the hallway. I have the door shut. She knows I'm in here. Of course, she can hear me talking. So she wants to come in, but she's just going to have to wait a couple minutes. All right, instead of a label, let's see. If we can use, I have all these varieties of all kinds of stamps, regular stamps. That's kind of cute on there. I think that's what I'll use. No sense. The next size bigger would be a little monotonous. Oh, maybe not. I think I like that. Gonna do it. this time I'll use the Fabri-Tac. Pearl, just because sisters are naughty. Okay. Maybe we'll go in a little bit so you can still see this. I like that. Okay, now this one, how do I want the shape then? Let's see if we make this about 4 inches. Where's my, see what I mean? Got all the things out, all the things. And then maybe instead of, no, I will do it. For some reason for these, I really do prefer the corners rounded. Scissors are right here. Pearl. Well, that's terrible. That's better. We'll ink it. Sure we will. Not a lot, but just enough to get rid of that white edge. I want to put lace on this one. What if I put it behind it? Let's see. How could we do that? Should I do the same one? What are you? Too big, that's what you are. Let's try the same one. I can tell already it's going to have to be a wider one. I'm going to try a different option. Hold on. Let's see how this looks on it. Reminds me of a maid's cap. Do I want to put it on top or underneath? I think I want it underneath. Look at it, that's cute. We're gonna do that. I should get my, well, I was gonna say I should get my clamps out, but that'd take a hot minute that I don't want to take. We'll do a bit at a time. Make sure I'm up to the edge. Couldn't tell where it was. It's actually sticking down very well. I mean, quickly, I should say. Of course, I had no doubt that it would stick well, but it's sticking very quickly. Come on. That is super cute. Now, you could also sew, and I may sew along the edge here. That might be kind of a nice finishing touch. But for those of you who don't sew, don't feel like you have to. It's totally preference. Pearl. Pearl. Is that temptation to bark just too much for you? It's just too much, huh? Dad's down there doing something and you can't see what he's doing. For shame. Oh, that's cute too. I like that also. Why wasn't I using these, you guys? We've got 3 of them, so you get the gist of what I'm up to here. Let's do one more. I see this cardstock looking at me, and I'm thinking I want to use him. Hold on. All right, let's find an image for this one. If I chopped off some of that log, that would give us, he's a little wide. He is a little wide. Wide are you and your little family? It's a little wide too. Well, it might be cute. We don't need the straw. And then what we could do is take some of my thread bits. I always keep thread bits. As soon as I cut them off, they go into a bowl. There's this little nest. I do like it. I want to put just a little bit behind him. Oh, that'll be cool. Let's do that. This is just sewing pattern paper. That's all that is. Could use a tea bag too, but this is right there. I'm just going to use it. Okay. Let me get my guys out of the way here before I get them crinkled up. Oh, there's these guys too. All right. Come here, my fine little friend. Forgot what I was doing, heaven's sake. It's been a long day. Full day of work, then crafting. What's a girl to do? And with this, I'm just going to fold this over. No one's going to see it anyway. Have our little, oh yeah. Sometimes it just takes a little bitty bit. Here's your nest. And what else do I want to put on him? Maybe what we've got. This is just some miscellaneous bits and bobs. Most of it is Tim Holtz ephemera. Oh, this might be cute. Oh, absolutely. What do you think? Should it go back here? Or should it go like that? Well, it's been all over the neighborhood, hasn't it? Maybe that's not the piece. Oh no, let's go like that. Okay, first let's tack that down. Otherwise I'm totally gonna lose my spot. I'm not even gonna ink that piece. I don't think it needs it. Sometimes I have to remind myself not everything needs to be inked, and that's not the focal point, so I don't want it to pop any more than it kind of is. I just want it to add to the interest. That's all. He's not the star of the show. Our little birdie friend is. See if I can get him on here without getting glue all over myself. There we go. Oh no, I must not have gotten it all the way to the tip of this. Let's put his little nest on. Isn't that cute? I don't know why I'm so tickled by it. I just think it's fun. Let's just do this rather than make a nightmare of it. There. There's your little home, buddy. Okay, let's cut it to size. Clean up some of my glues here. And put the Tim Holtz stuff away. So let's see. I'm gonna make this about 3.5 wide. And I'm still gonna round it. Can't not do it. Just a little bit pencil. Ink around that. I think I may put a few, whoops, a few buttons on him yet. He's been hoarding things for his nest. Oops, forgot to cut that off. Okay. I think I'll get some of these buttons. There's a little flower. And then I've got these, and then I also have, well, let's just use these. I've got tortoise-shelly kind of buttons too, but let's not get weird. They don't all have to be the same. Maybe they'll go like that. I like it like that. Yeah, it just needed a little something else. Okay. Cookie, I hear you. Just a minute. She is not happy. I'm going to put that one down the other way because the other side is flatter. Whoops. Come on. Got some fumble fingers going on today. Yes, Cookie, I hear ya. Oh my little goodness. Oh my. There. Whoops. There we go. We've got our 3 buttons. And I'll show you what we made here really quick. Get this out of the way. This is the first one that we did. Here's the second one. Here's that one, which I do think I'll still sew around here, but I'll probably sew around this one too. But they're cute. They turned out well. Just a little fun for the night. So get out all your images that you're just hanging on to or that are sitting around and force yourself to make some tucks or pockets or tags or something. I hope you had fun. I did. If you like what you see, then click the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and have a great day.